Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this video on the modulus operator in Python. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to use the modulus operator, what it does, along with a couple of different simple use cases. So let's get started. First, I'm going to set up two variables. Let's say x is equal to 10, and let's do y is equal to 3 here. Now, the job of modulus is to basically say what's the remainder of whole division. Now, by whole division, if we were to do 10 divided by 3, okay, yeah, we're going to be getting something like 3.333. We don't care about the remainder. In this case, we just care about whole numbers. So if you were to say 10 divided by 3, it's going to fit in 3 times with a remainder of 1. So therefore, if we do 10 mod 3, this is equal to 1, like this here. Let's try another. Let's suppose x is 10 and y is 4. Okay, so 10 divided by 4, it fits in twice, and what's the remainder? The remainder is going to be 2. So we can say x modded by y, this is equal to 2. So 4, 8, remainder 2, so x mod y is equal to 2. Let's do one more. So let's go ahead and do 100 mod 30. So ask yourself, how many times does this fit into this? It's not super relevant, but it kind of helps. So 30 fits in 30, 60, 90, 3 times. Remainder is going to be 10, so therefore x mod y is equal to 10 here. Let's set it up with a few variables. So let's do modulus here. This variable is equal to x mod y here. There we go. And let's go ahead and just do a little, I know what we'll do a little f string, and then we'll do blank, mod by blank. Bit unnecessary, but I guess it looks a bit fancy, doesn't it? And we'll just pass in here. Pass in this, and then pass in modulus here. Let's run our code. There you go. 100 mod 30 is 10. Let's try 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So we should see 0. Yeah, looks good. Let's go ahead and try one more. Let's try 8. Okay, remainder of 4 at the end. So that's all it is. It's just saying when this is divided by this, what's left over at the end. That's all modulus is. So it's pretty straightforward. Once you get the gist of just saying, divide this by this, what's the remainder? That remainder is modulus. That's all it is, right? Now then, let's go through a couple of different simple use cases. I think personally, one of the main things people use this for are, I'm going to do these two things here. The first one, very common. The second one, yeah, I do it a fair amount of times, so I'm going to include it in the video. So this is checking if numbers are even. So let's just do, I don't know, let's bring x back here for a second. Now, we know all even numbers can be divided by 2 with no remainder. And we can use that knowledge to our advantage and then do a check with modulus. So let's say, for example, we want to say, is x even? Suppose we don't know x is 100. We'll know it's even if we say something like, okay, let's divide it by 2, and let's go ahead and look at the remainder, and if there is no remainder, it must be even. So let's just set this up slowly. Let's go ahead and do x mod 2 here. But first of all, let's make it 5 to begin with. Move this up ever so slightly. So imagine we're doing this. 5 divided by 2, so 2 is going to fit in once, twice, remainder 1. So if we run this, we should see 1. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and try an even number. So we'll do 6, so we get 2, 4, 6, no remainder, 0. So the way we get this to work is to basically say, does this equal 0? And if so, then this must be even. So to do it, we're going to say if some condition, or if something is equal to 0, and that something is going to be x when modded by 2, dun-dun-dun. It is for now. So if I was to translate this, this is basically saying if x, when divided by 2, has no remainder. That's effectively what that's saying. Then we can do, let's just say x is even. And I'll just print x here for the time being. Let's go ahead and try a few. Okay, x is even, 6. Maybe do some little dashes like that. Let's try 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No remainder. Yeah, looks good. Let's try 11. I've not done anything else, but I'm not gonna bother. There we go. So if we see nothing printed, we know that this if statement, this bit here, is falsy. So therefore, this bit isn't going to fire, and then, yeah, all hell breaks loose. Let's try 13. There we go. Let's be really fancy. Let's do for x in range of all the numbers between 14 and 24, stopping at 24. Boost this guy forward. Hit run, and there we go. 14, 16, all the way to 22. So now our if statement is basically saying, in fact, maybe start from the top, give me all the numbers from 14 up until 24, stopping at 24. For each of those numbers you generate, just go and see if that number, when divided by 2, if it has no remainder, or it's even, just go ahead and do this here. So for me, this is the most common use case of modulus. We're just checking the remainders of things. It doesn't have to be 2 either, if you want to check, is a number a multiple of 3? I guess I should update this here as well. So do something like is a multiple of 3. It doesn't have to be like is even either. So we can see here we have 15, 18, 21. So you can use it to check if something is a multiple of something else, whether that be 2, 3, whatever number you want. Now the next one you can do is, what if you want to run some loop and then execute something every n iterations? So I've kind of got this set up here ready, to be honest, haven't I? Let's just move this here for a second and let's make this really big. So let's say, I don't know, we'll move the first number out and let's say we'll go to 1001 here. Let's go ahead and do iteration. We'll put x inside here for now, stick f on the front, and there we go. So we can see you have a for loop going from, in this case, 0 all the way to 1000 here. Now supposing you have some situation where we're running this code and maybe, I don't know, every 100 checks we want something to happen. What we can do is say, or we can interrogate x, so we can basically say something like, if x, let's think about this here. So if you want to figure out if x is a multiple of 100, we do what we did earlier, but rather than saying if, when divided by 2 has no remainder, we'll say when divided by 100 has no remainder. Then we can go ahead and do something. So this loop is now going to print this for every number, but it's also going to then check this. So print the number, check to see if it's a multiple of 100, and then go ahead and do this instead here. So we can do something like multiple of, I don't know, actually, I'm going to do something really fancy. I'm going to do y, no, not t, sorry. We'll do y is equal to 100 here. Do this. So we can now do multiple of blank, and then this here. So if we put an f string, do x in, oh no, y that one, sorry, there we go. And then close this off here. Let's hit run. So now we see it printing off. Let's come to, there we are, multiple of 100, 900. Let's go ahead and try something different. Maybe we want all the multiples of 25. So every 25 steps of my loop, we want something to happen. In this case, I know it's just a print statement, but you get the idea. So there we go, right at the end, it's happening. 975, it's happening again. So it's a nice, pretty straightforward, simple way to have some kind of loop happening, and then at every set increment, being like this guy here, we can make something happen. This could be like an infinite loop generating numbers, and you could be making something happen every 5 iterations, or 3 in my case here. So that comes to the end of the video. Hopefully you find that helpful and you now know what Modulus does. So just to reiterate, it's there just to basically say one number divided by another, what's the remainder? Okay, so just to recap, if you did x mod y in this case, 8 only fits into 13 once, but the remainder, we're going to have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's going to be remainder of 5. So 13 mod 8 is going to be 5. If you're new, I just recommend practicing it with a load of different numbers, and then try and do what I did earlier as well. You want to check if numbers are even, the multiples are 3, and then doing things like this as well. So setting up a simple for loop, and then trying to make things happen every n iterations is also kind of cool as well. If you've got any interesting use cases for Modulus, feel free to comment down below. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you all in the next video. Cheers.